So my name is Matt, and I'm from the East Coast, and I got into surf photography almost 20 years ago now. I tell them it's a condom for my camera.
How often have you felt like you needed protection, and how do you feel now?
I feel like I always need protection, and with Outex, I feel like I'm always protected.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd say with Outex, I mean, still the most powerful feature about it is its versatility. I can pretty much put any camera I possibly want inside this thing. So cameras are kind of like, they're tools. They're artistic tools, just like paintbrushes. So if you want to reach for a certain paintbrush, but you don't have the proper protection for it, you can't use it. And then your creativity goes out the window. But with this, it just expands the amount of paintbrushes you can use to paint the concept that's in your head that you want to get out. Whether it comes to surf photography or fashion or adventure, it just allows you that extra level of creativity. I think the new Outex clear covers are pretty groundbreaking, actually, because the first generation, you pretty much know where your buttons are on your camera, but having the confidence of seeing what's actually happening when you push a button is amazing, because camera buttons don't always work all the time, so it's nice to have that feedback on your screen that it actually did what you wanted it to do. Plus, knowing where to grab your focus, knowing where to grab your zoom, everything about it is the next level.
Great.
Yeah. So when I first started getting into surf photography about 15 or so years ago, I started out with actually one of those plastic bags for your camera. They're cheap, they're easy, you just drop it in, you seal up the top. But I found them to be very untactile. It was very hard to hit the button, it wasn't responsive. It worked, it got the job done, but I didn't have as much creative control as I would have liked, and it was very tricky to get the camera to sit right and the lenses to sit right within the bag, and it had a bunch of clunky pieces. And Outex is that next level. It's got more tactile feel, it's more form-fitting. I feel like it's more durable. And now with this new clear case, it's you can see exactly what's going on, just like the plastic bags. So there's no reason to use a plastic bag anymore. The greatest thing about Outex for me is the portability. I can throw it in a bag and it fits in any bag. It won't get ruined by baggage handlers. I can hike easily with it. It's lightweight. It's very handy in situations where I can't fit all my hard water housing equipment in with all the different ports. It fits a lot of different cameras. I can shoot film cameras with it. I can shoot digital cameras. It's just extremely versatile. I use it the most when I'm in a situation where I don't know what's going to happen next or how long I'm going to be on the shoot, such as like a 3-day hike into the mountains. Also, if I don't know if it's going to rain that day and I'm going to be away from the car or away from safety, from a covering, Outex is great. Especially if you have two cameras, you have one that's kind of outside and one that's more protected all the time. And if it starts raining, you toss one in the bag and grab the Outex. So I have been working in the fashion world the last couple of years, and I love mixing water with fashion. And I think Outex is going to be a great use for that, because you're generally working in pools, you're working on the shoreline, not always underwater. Even though Outex does work great underwater, I think it's going to be a great tool in my fashion photography, so I don't have to lug my housing around, my hard housing.